Now, the rest of the army is still with them. فَلَمَّا فَصَلَ طَالُوتُ بِالْجُنُودِ. And now Talut leaves from Baytul Maqdis with his army. He tells them, إِنَّ اللَّهَ مُبْتَلِيكُمْ بِنَهَرٍ. That Allah will test you in the form of a river. إِنَّ اللَّهَ مُبْتَلِيكُمْ بِنَهَرٍ. Allah will test you in the form of a river. And the test is, فَمَنْ شَرِبَ مِنْهُ فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي. The river will be there, and we will be thirsty, we will need the water, it will be attractive, but whoever drinks from it, فَلَيْسَ مِنِّي, they're not from amongst me, i.e. they are not believers. They are not believers. وَمَنْ لَمْ يَطْعَمْهُ فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي إِلَّا مَنِ اغْتَرَفَ غُرْفَةً بِيَدِي. And whosoever doesn't drink from it, but rather takes one scoop of water in their hands, like in Urdu they say chillu barna, just one scoop of water in their hands, and they drink it with their hands, فَإِنَّهُ مِنِّي. Those people will be allowed to remain in my army. Talut is telling them that this is a test. How easy is it to pass a test when the answers have already been laid out completely? All you have to do is when that river comes in front of you and it seems attractive, just don't completely dive in. Take one scoop of water and drink it, and it will be sufficient enough for you. So they're traveling, they get to this river, and some say this is the river between Palestine and Jordan, known as the Jordan River. They get to this river, and they're tired, it's the desert, they see the water. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when they get there, every single one of them, the majority of them, couldn't hold themselves back. And they just indulged in this water. And they continued to drink, despite being clearly told that just take one gulp or one sip, or else you won't be allowed to be in my army and you will fail. But again, here comes the challenge of Bani Israel that some of us also face. That sometimes it is pretty black and white. But what the issue becomes is the nafs controls us at times, whereas we should be the ones controlling our nafs. Allah has already told us that if you do this, you'll pass, and if you do this, you'll fail. It's been laid out very clearly for us. So these guys come to the river, they drink. And do we think that if the people that drank, and now we know because the rest of the story, but would Allah not protect the people that drank one sip? Would He not protect them? Yes or no? Yes, He would. لا إكراه في الدين, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. Allah does not burden someone beyond their own capacity of it. Allah will only burden an individual up to their capacity. A good father and a good mother are parents that know where the breaking point is for the child. And if they don't know, that's bad parenting. A good teacher knows where to stop and when to start, when to bring in positive reinforcement and when to bring in negative reinforcement. That's a good father and a good mother and a good teacher. And a lacking teacher or a lacking parent is the one that uses the same standard or the same breaking point for each of the children. Everyone is different. Everyone has different breaking points. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows us better than our parents know us. And He knows what our breaking point is. He knows what challenges us beyond our capacity. So Allah reminds us that you will not be tested beyond your capacity and your ability. And the more that you are tested, it is simply a sign or an extension of how much Allah loves you and how highly He thinks of you. Right? How highly He thinks of you. He thinks you can handle it. And the fact that He thinks that I can handle it should in itself be enough for me to get through it. If Allah thinks I can handle it, I'll handle it. If my father put this on my plate, man, I'm honored, I'll do it. If my boss thinks that I can do it, and I respect and I value my position, my boss thinks that I can do it, I will do whatever I can to complete this task. Because we value and honor that person's acceptance. We value our parents' acceptance. We value people's acceptance. If we value Allah's acceptance, what He puts towards us in the form of trials or blessings will not deviate us from the true goal, and we will get through it.